If I had to define the motorcycles you are about to see, I would say that they are the result of thinking outside the box. This way of thinking doesn't mean that it will always work. But when it does, nobody remains indifferent. Most will love it. Some will not. And some are not prepared yet. I have found these motorcycles in recent years. And because of that, I think it is the right time to join them all. And to find out which one is the best. Welcome to Racer TV. How many times have you found a Ducati without a rear end and a very pronounced headlight cover? Some will say, it looks like half Predator and half Alien. And that's probably because of its maker, Gustavo Penna. The man who likes to build Ducatis that look like nothing else on this planet. And he really did it with this one. If I had to define this project, I would say that it is a perfect motorcycle for a sci-fi movie. Some sort of a time machine with two wheels. The size of these exhausts looks more like big rockets ready to fire up. If Robert Zemeckis had to choose a motorcycle instead of a DeLorean, this Ducati would probably be the perfect choice. Speaking about cinema, here's another interesting choice for a movie. If the most famous secret agent had a need for a Ducati, this would be the right one. It is sophisticated, powerful, fast, and very cool. I think the 007 charm is written all over its body. A very different approach for a Ducati, but still a killer machine. If you are looking for the extreme of originality, this might be the one. It has a front that acts as if it was in the rear. Built by Stellan Egeland. He didn't just make something different. I think it is beyond that. It is so challenging to my common sense that I had to see it several times to believe it. Not even the engine was forgotten in such a radical transformation. 202 horsepower. This is the power output of this BMW, after the installation of a turbocharger. A really impressive motorcycle that makes the word radical gain a new meaning. This is what I call a mean machine. Bold. Robust. Black. It looks like something made by an evil creature. but it isn't. Because it was built by Keiichiro Kurozu. It's very hard to classify its style. But who cares? Even Miss Universe doesn't need an ID to be beautiful. Just like this machine, which doesn't need a registration to be amazing. This was the most popular word that I found on the comments in the video review of this machine. And I am going to say it again. Amazing. And here's another different approach, which defies everything you saw. It was built by Julio Parr, who wanted to create a new riding sensation, like flying over the road surface. The riding position will always seem strange. Not because the rider is sitting too high, but because the handlebar and fuel tank are too low. In the end, it's mainly an exercise of creativity, at the highest level. The kind of motorcycle that no one can insert in a category. And that's why it fits so well in the 5th place of this top 10. And now, it is time to see one of the most complex projects I have ever seen. This is the kind of design that sometimes doesn't seem real. Just like something that came out of the Tron movie. Equally impressive is knowing that the maker of this project didn't use any CAD design software. Fred Krueger did a magnificent piece of art that challenges the imagination of any human being. As a concept motorcycle, I would say that we are probably looking at the shapes of the future. And I am very glad to know that it still sounds so well. Here's something completely different from the previous project, but with an equally high level of building quality. It was baptized as Madame Guzzi. A very original and different approach, built by Adam Nestor, who was only 20 years old when he finished this machine. Besides of the proportions that seem strange, the small seat is definitely the standout point. The kind of feature that most men will admire with some pain in their thoughts. But even so, a remarkable machine, to which no one is indifferent. Originality. The word that is written all over the body of this Buell. A really impressive motorcycle. Contrary to the previous project, this one stands out because of the front forks. Especially because of the location of the radiator. It was built by Magpul, a company best known for its firearm magazines and accessories. And this explains why it looks so dangerous. If Batman was looking for a new pair of wheels, this Buell could be perfect. But there is another machine, which I think is even more outstanding. And here is the number one. The Darth Vader of all motorcycles. A really incredible project that some already tried to improve, but not as successful. I've seen this bike a few hundred times, and I'm still not tired of it. It has such a strong personality that we are tempted to believe that its engine only starts with its maker, the French Sébastien Beaucaire. The huge 35 liters fuel tank challenges all the conventions about proportions. And even so, it seems perfect for the project. It is the work of someone who wanted to challenge the comfort of normality, selecting everything that no one had the courage to choose. It may not be the most sophisticated, or more difficult to execute, but it is certainly the most unforgettable. And that is why most people always want to see it again. The selection of the projects for this top 10 was made considering the relation between visualizations and the number of months of each video review. Most of them may not be cafe racers, but they are definitely very interesting and original motorcycles, built by all those who had the courage of thinking differently, but also obtained the best feedback among all custom building enthusiasts. Thank you for watching Racer TV. And as always, I hope to see you next week.